What is up, guys? Rick Hackus here, going over the Spare Change.25 legendary pulse rifle for the House of Wolves DLC in Destiny. Now let's start this review by going over the stats of the Spare Change.25. Now this is one of the higher impact, lower rate of fire pulse rifles. It actually has the same damage profile in terms of rate of fire and impact as the Messenger Trials of Osiris pulse rifle. That pulse rifle, it is pretty good. It is seeing more and more play in the Crucible every day pretty much. And the fact that this gun has the exact same damage profile is pretty insane. This is kind of like a build your own Messenger. Now the range is pretty darn good. That's a very high range. Stability is not good. You're going to have a problem with stability. This gun recoils a ton. We're going to get more into that when we go over the perks of this gun. Reload is not anything to brag about either, and the magazine size is a fairly average 24. This gun's, key factor, the thing that points this gun out, is its impact. It is one of the highest. You cannot find a pulse rifle with higher impact. Only tied this impact for the Spare Change.25. Now let's go over the perks of the Spare Change.25. Now this is a reforgeable gun, meaning that you can take it to the gunsmith in the tower and completely change its perks for a mode of light, some weapon parts, and some glimmer. Now when I chose my perks, I really wanted to increase the stability here. The insane stat of this gun, the thing that makes it good, is its impact. It can kill in 2 bursts on the Crucible. Now to do that, you need to land headshots, and you are not going to be able to land headshots with the base stability of this gun. So to do that, firstly, for sights, the red dot sight is just a very good average sight, usable in many different scenarios, so that's why I really do enjoy this sight. Rodeo, I was totally disappointed with the performance of Rodeo. It really did not decrease the recoil by any noticeable amount. If I could do it again, if I were you, I would definitely try to get, I think it's called Perfect Balance, instead of Rodeo. That just straight up increases this gun's stability. Again, Rodeo totally disappointed me. I would definitely go for the perk that increases just stability. Now the second perk slot here, I ended up going with Braced Frame, and I didn't put on Braced Frame so it wouldn't mess with the stats when I was going over the stats of this gun. But yeah, I needed Braced Frame. It absolutely makes this gun, the only reason this gun is even usable in the Crucible is because of that massive stability increased because of Braced Frame. Now this does come with the downside of decreasing the magazine size down to a tiny 18. That is nowhere near perfect, but it will have to do because that stability increase is necessary. The last perk is Head Seeker. Pretty useful. Body shots will, as a result of getting body shots, increase headshot damage. So if you do end up missing a headshot or two, you can compensate for this by having increased headshot damage. This is the same perk the Messenger has in this position, and it's a very good perk to have. Now, how does the Spare Change.25 perform in PvP? Firstly, this gun will do 26 damage for a body shot, 38 damage for a headshot, and 41 damage for a headshot with the Head Seeker perk. Now, how is this gun's overall performance in PvP? Well, like I said, this is a do-it-yourself, build your own Messenger, and the Messenger is a fantastic gun in PvP. As such, this really is, it's not quite as good as a Messenger because you really do have to force this gun to get the right stability, but it's pretty damn close. Again, you have the same damage profile. The fact that this gun is capable of a 2-burst kill from very far ranges is insane. This gun is really, really powerful in the hands of a skilled player. Again, you must be getting those headshots. The rate of fire is not great. The time between bursts is not great. So if you miss a couple of shots and you aren't able to down in that 2-burst kill potential, you can find yourself in trouble. Another downside of this gun is that the base stability isn't great, but you absolutely need a good stability for this gun to function properly. Now, because of that, you really aren't just choosing what perks you like. You are choosing the perks that give you the best stability, and that definitely isn't an upside. It would be nice if it had, higher base stability so you can choose more of the perks that suit your playstyle rather than forcing yourself to choose the perks that increase this gun's stability. But again, the power and potential of this gun is certainly there. It does a lot of damage, and if you get a Spare Change.25, definitely worth leveling it up and seeing if it works for you. And if you're someone like me who just can't get the Trials of Osiris pulse rifle, the Messenger, this gun is certainly a worthy replacement. Now let's move on to the Spare Change.25's performance in PvE. Well, in PvE, I definitely don't think it is as great as it is in PvP. This gun is definitely more of a PvP focused gun. And the reason being is because the rate of fire just isn't there. Yes, the damage is pretty high due to impact, but your overall damage output is probably going to be a lot higher with another pulse rifle that shoots faster. It's as simple as that. The extremely low magazine size due to braced frame of 18 really doesn't help either, and it means that, you know, you want this gun to be accurate even in PvP because you want to pull off those precision shots. That's where this gun is good, but there's enemies in PvE, you know, like Reaver Captains and stuff that just aren't going to die in, you know, 2 bursts to the head like a Crucible Guardian. They're going to take a lot of shots, and it's really annoying when you're shooting your entire magazine and reloading and then shooting your entire magazine and reloading, and that just doesn't really work as well for PvE play because, again, the enemies in PvE can take a lot more damage. There certainly isn't anything terribly wrong with this pulse rifle. However, if it's your first legendary, you will probably love it, and if you are able to keep distance between you and your enemy, this can be very effective. But to be blunt, other pulse rifles with higher rate of fires are most often just going to be superior to this gun in PvE. So in summary, the Spare Change.25 really is a build your own messenger. It's extremely potent in PvP, especially if you can put distance between you and your enemies. In PvE, although this gun certainly isn't lacking, faster firing pulse rifles would certainly outperform it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe if you want to see Destiny content similar to this. And as always, have a good day.